You're such an asshole.
Good afternoon. Cappy's going to try and catch up with A-Hole Consulting. I might fly to Denver and sit and do nothing. I would be doing something. I'd be writing. Aaron, huge fan of your videos, content, and advice. Hopefully you might post this for other folks on YouTube. I have a question about where to go in my life from here financially after I give you a total financial breakdown. First, let me give you a brief snapshot of my current situation. He's in his younger 30s and he lives out west somewhere. I'm going to keep you anonymous because I don't want people say, oh, you listen to that guy, you're fired. Of all places, it's a small, super liberal college town that's insanely expensive to live in. Yes, I know. I've driven through it several times. I don't like living here with all the liberal nonsense, but my job and family is here. My job is mundane and unrewarding, but it seems to pay okay for a guy my age without a college degree. I have a tiny bit of student loan debt, less than $10,000 for a degree I never completed. That's good. You dropped out. I'm not kidding. It's good you dropped out of college because if you didn't know what you're going to do, why go? They want the college experience. Of all the pissing away of money, people were like, I'm entitled to the college experience. I work as a bus driver here, which is a fancy way of saying I'm trying to anonymize you. You drive a bus. It's government owned, but it's a union job that pays all right. I'm actually one of the, we don't need to say that. And because it's a union position, it has some benefits of drawback. Job security is high. You're almost impossible to fire, et cetera, et cetera. It pays $26 an hour with lots of overtime opportunities, but this is including pension contributions, which I don't like. And I understand because it's a huge percent of your salary. Like, holy crap. And I won't mention which you work for the bus driving pension or union. Is a huge drawback, in my opinion, for this job. I want to hear what you think. Technically, our pension is one of the best funded and solvent in the U.S., but when I hit retirement at 30 years, some tells me it'll be worthless like other union pensions. What do you think? Also, the pension is something based, so if I stuck with this job nonstop, technically I could retire pulling a pension at 59 if it's still there. See, this is, here's the, you're in a catch-22. Because you're union, you're going to get protected. Like, let's just, the general movement of the country is to be leftists. Okay. And so they're going to look for wealth, including people's retirement funds, whether it's in a pension or a 401k. Well, being union, that's typically aligned with the left. And so the left would probably not do that. So the union does protect you there. But at the same time, I've seen other places where they are not solvent because they had corruption and embezzlement and they bought and bribed politicians. I don't know if you knew this, but sometimes unions can be corrupt. And I really don't like having it in there because you got to look and see, all right, the pension money doesn't go anywhere, right? It just goes into a fund, which then behooves the question, well, then why do I even need you? Why do I need your guys' pension? Why not just throw it in a 401k matching the same distribution that you invest in? So I like the fact that in a 401k or IRA, that's yours. The money isn't going to be pilfered, not by the union anyway. But if it's going to be pilfered by the government, the union one would probably be protected. If I had to choose, honestly, it pisses me off that they've taken that money that early. Because I want to know what are they investing in? Because like you're so young, you have all this time that it could grow exponentially in theory in the market. And why are they throwing it? God help them if they're throwing it into bonds or something just boring like that. Like there should be a diversified investment. So I'm wondering, like, if I was old, yeah, I want a pension, sure. But you're young. You want to be taking this money, throwing into the market or maybe paying down your house. That's money you need. And you're not making that much money either. So it's critical to have that money. So I frankly, I wouldn't accept that. I'd be like, I don't go find something else. At the current rate, we're putting money. I could draw about $3,000 a month for the rest of my life at that point. But we will likely put more over the years. The job has good benefits, 100% paid health insurance. It's really good insurance. We also accrue over 300 paid leave hours a year to include vacation, sick, and holidays. I don't want to be a wage slave anymore for 30 years. Sometimes the hours in the job are also insane. We're driving 50 to 60 hours a week during busy times and weird hours and splits. I'm kind of curious. I thought it'd be pretty regular. I mean, don't the kids go to school at one time and come back in another? It feels like we don't have a life outside of driving. Like you said in your videos, people looking for these magic bullet business ideas are largely looking for a pot of gold. You don't have any magic bullet business ideas, but I do have a decent understanding of investments. And I believe in minimalism like you. I don't drive a new car at all. In fact, I drive a really cool donk. That's comfy. That's a comfy car. You know, a buddy of mine had that exact same year in that exact same car, and it was comfy as all get out. That's still running fine with over 100,000 miles on. It's completely paid off, as I hate car payments. I've thought about renting my house, which I could rent out for more than the mortgage and live in a small van, saving every penny and investing. Why don't you just go live with your folks? I mean, honestly, it's like, what? You got like a bunch of hot chicks? Like we're for the sake of being men, you get out of the house and support yourself like a man. Well, okay, there's an element of that, which is true. But given rental prices, yeah, you own a property too. I know, okay, just go. No one's getting married. You're not going to bring, hey, Ma, I found this wonderful traditional housewife type gal in this liberal town. Oh my God, it's not going to happen. So I don't know. Could you live at your folks or something for a while, really eating in that mortgage? Airbnb it out. It's a nice part of the country. I could stash away 20 to 25,000 a year in less than 10 years. I could have enough income, even at 5% interest, to not have to work. In less than 10 years, really? You think you could do that? Are you getting paid overtime too? That's the other thing. If you're working, yeah, then you do get overtime. All right, so that's not bad pay. I could probably retire in my early 40s and 50s, enjoy my time focusing on experience instead of junk. I wouldn't have to be a wage slave anymore. I would focus on funds with diversified bonds and stocks like Ponax, Handle, VU, and VNQ. I own a lot of guns and ammos, which is a huge hobby, huge life hobby of mine. You can only shoot one at a time. Just so you know, you can only shoot one at a time. How could I possibly live in a van with all these guns? You can't. You're going to have your folks storm or something. Or you get rid of them. I know. I got plenty of buddies who have walk-in vaults. I'm like, you can't shoot all these at the same time. I'm like, are you going to arm the neighborhood? What are you going to do with all these? Maybe that's something I have to give up if I'm going to grind tooth and nail for the next 10 years. Should I do this or should I focus my attention on something else entirely? I love your advice there and keep in your videos. Keep up the good work. I'm looking for a life overhaul to top up the game and stop being a wage slave. You're doing it well, man. If you can retire in 10 years, yeah, okay. I really don't like the fact you got to pay that high a percent to the bus union pension. And I would watch that pension like a hawk. I'd get the audited, whoever, Price Waterhouse Coopers and Linebird, whoever audits it. Let me take a look. Want to join the military? All right. Here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with it. Do I think you're wasting your life? Yes. I mean, come on, you're a bus driver. There's nothing wrong with that. But do you want to be a bus driver your entire life? I could say if it's something like you're old and retired and like, like the kids today, I can't imagine that's fun. The pay is with your overtime, yeah, you're making it. No doubt you're making it. And now I think you got the job security because we can't ever defund the chilled ones. Oh, no, what's someone take up the chilled ones? They need our educations. It's really up to you. Is that the lifestyle you want? You seem to be happy in it. I'm not judging. To me, it's like you're here once, then you die. And hopefully there's an afterlife. You're in purgatory or whatever. But I don't know. Don't you have any interests? Don't you have any other interests? And if you're working that much, it's kind of hard to go and get training in something else. You don't have time to teach yourself programming or accounting or anything like that. But you're not in a bad part of the country either. I know the politics suck, but man, you go drive it around. There's some great hiking, some great mountains, some great fishing, ton of national parks. About a day and a half drive of you. I don't know. I think there's nothing wrong being in the place you are with the job you got. And if you like it, cool, man. I just would be maybe doing something else if you have an intellectual interest. And it pays enough that you could retire early if you double time it or whatever. You squirrel away your money. You're a minimalist. Maybe liquidate some of your guns and ammo. Have one rifle, one carbine, one pistol, one shotgun, which I know to gun collectors is sacrilege. Here's what I would do. Should I do this or should I focus my attention on something else entirely? You need to figure out what that is then. All right. So what you need to do is you need to spend some time, which nobody does. Nobody does. The only time anyone spends any time figuring out what they should do in life is when the teachers all lie to you, say, follow your heart and the money will follow. Do what you're passionate about. Okay. And then you, dumb 16-year-old, 17-year-old child, I want to child and make a difference. Blah, 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 blah. Why don't teachers make as much? But and then you all major in dumb stuff. Well, you didn't. You were smart. You got out and you got a job. That's why you have a house, and most of your colleagues don't. Oh, who knew work paid? But you need to spend a little bit of time. This takes time, guys. You got to research it. What would you want to do then? And you want to go? Seth Hines has a digital marketing course. You could bypass college that way. You could teach yourself accounting. It's all going to suck, man. It's all, anything that pays is going to suck. Yeah. And then you gotta evaluate. Oh, do I want to become a programmer? Do I want to go into the trades? Do I want to become a fisherman? What do you want to do? But you don't have to. It's paying the bills. You seem to be doing okay at it. You may not like it. Oh, yay, drive the little snots again. But I think, yeah, that's just not that high of pay, but you're making it work for you. I don't know what I would do if it's just you. Maybe Airbnb out some rooms and just say like, yeah, I live here. And, because I had a buddy down in Phoenix do that. And she really subsidized her living. I think you can do it. Yeah, it's fine. Retire early. But if you want to, get the pension, man. Don't not stick around for the pension. Get the pension. Stay in there till you're 59. All right, there we go. Alex Saluski, do you think Biden will be worse than Obama? I don't know. I didn't think Trump would be worse than Obama, which he technically wasn't, but I didn't think he'd be as bad as he is. And how I judge it is how much did we print off? How much more debt do we have? Admittedly, a lot of that was due to the flu, which is not his fault, but this I'm going to give out Trump bucks. Yeah, how'd that work for you, Trump? The bribing there, huh? How'd that work? It's hard to tell. It's not Biden or Obama, even the president. It's the population. That's what I'm more concerned about. Because now that the Trump meister's gone, oh yay, we can sing Kumbaya and get free crap. Remember, what was it? Obama said, I'm going to get free healthcare for you guys. And then he got elected and all these people were showing up at hospitals. Like, what about the free healthcare? Because they were so fucking stupid. They didn't know that the president doesn't just make law. Like again, teachers, you're all brilliant. You educate the children's. They were so dumb. They didn't know about the division of powers, the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. I don't know. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.